The snow came early that year. Even the ravens stopped arguing. Funny thing about winter, men swear eternal loyalty in autumn, then vanish when the woodpile runs low. And the hall grew colder after Loki left. We built our peace from iron handshakes, oaths carved deep in smoking pine, ale spilling over old oak tables, every fool convinced the age would shine. Thor swore he'd never leave the feasting, Odin swore wisdom would endure, Freya swore harvest would return again. Gods above, we truly were arrogant before the snows grew poor. The hot fire cracked like brittle bones, the benches emptied one by one, and every boast sounded much smaller after Fimbulwinter had begun. Because cold does not care for titles, nor old victories men recite, and promises freeze much faster than blood beside the firelight. No oath survived the winter, not one untouched by frost, not friendship, feast, nor brotherhood, not one thing wasn't lost. The hall grew colder after Loki left, though none would say it loud. Strange how silence filled the rafters once the trickster left the crowd. Now the candles burn like dying stars, the old songs barely stir, and every man who swore forever now speaks in quieter words. No oath survived the winter. I remember Loki laughing loudly, boots thrown up beside the flame, mocking kings and drunken jarls until even Odin nearly smiled at him. A dangerous tongue, yes, but the hall breathed easier then. Funny what mortals call peace when they only mean no one has started bleeding yet. Now every bench feels wider, every cup half filled with ghosts. Thor drinks harder, speaks much less, and Odin stares too long at smoke. Even the wolves outside seem patient, like they already know the end. Like prophecy isn't some distant terror, just winter arriving again and again. Because age makes cowards honest, and famine strips the gold from pride. You truly learn who loves you when there's nowhere warm to hide. No oath survived the winter, not one untouched by frost, not friendship, feast, nor brotherhood, not one thing wasn't lost. The hall grew colder after Loki left, though none would say it plain. Yet every silence at the table still quietly speaks his name. Now ash collects where laughter stood, the banners sag and blur, and every man who swore forever can barely lift the words. No earth survived the winter, and perhaps this was always coming. The Eddas never promised us permanence, only endings. Fenrir still strains at Gleipnir, Naglfar still waits beneath dead ice, Heimdall still hears what approaches, and me, I gave my hand for trust. Look how that bargain ended. No oath survived the winter, not even those of gods. The snow reclaimed the boasting halls, the fire forgot our songs. The hall grew colder after Loki left, and colder every year, because chaos leaves a hollow place when suddenly it disappears. Now I sit beside the fading coals, while storms erase the door, and wonder if the world ends loudly or simply grows too cold to remember what the oaths were for.